gentlemen, to another episode of Grown Folk Talk. I'm your host, B. And today, unfortunately, again, right, there's something in the water, there's something in the air, because we got another beautiful black couple breaking up. But let's get into the video. We're going to be reacting to Nino Brown, so shout out to Nino Brown. If you don't know him, he's animated, okay? So prepare yourself. He dropped some gems here and there, but he's definitely animated. Here we go.
Let me tell you something.
To this day,
if Mary's gonna have you looking like Anthony Anderson did, done lost all that goddamn weight because he going through a divorce, I don't want it, man. Y'all was wondering why he done got so goddamn skinny. I'm finna tell you why. It's because his goddamn wife filing for a divorce, and we ain't even know it. That's why he lost all that goddamn weight, man. Anthony Anderson, man, has agreed to pay $4.3 million in the divorce.
He lost the weight because of diabetes.
Settlement, man, and he is ordered to pay his wife $20,000 a month in spousal support. The couple got married in 1999, but he been cheating every goddamn since. Alveda filed for goddamn divorce in 2015, but they worked through all the cheating he was doing. They went to counseling and worked their marriage out and stayed together. Somehow in 2023, she woke up. She got fed up with Anthony and his bullshit and decided to go through with a divorce. She never wanted social media attention. She never really did the social media thing. She didn't want public goddamn attention media all in their marriage. She just wanted to be a stay-at-home wife and enjoy raising them two kids that they got while Anthony do his thing and bring that goddamn bread in, man. But see, now it's time for me to get a little blackish. Y'all better stop marrying these goddamn heifers, especially if all you gonna do is cheat the whole goddamn relationship. These people been goddamn married 22 years. This man been cheating all 22 years, man. Y'all better off staying single and keeping your peace and keeping your piece of change. I was wondering why they goddamn nigga done got so goddamn love. He look at this shit, man. You know it's hard out here for a pimp. You got to make that goddamn money for your rent. Yeah, think about it. $20,000 a month until she remarried. This Negro gonna have to go back to stealing ATMs and shit like that, man, to pay that shit. He just goddamn agreed to pay her for Father's Day. Think about that. He got 2 kids on Father's Day. For everybody, he's still paying on Father's Day. 97% of the time, women file for divorce, and 100% of the time, the man always gonna pay. Stop gambling with your goddamn assets, cause marriage is basically you betting your wife that she won't leave you and take half your shit whenever she get fed up. And the number one problem with marriage is there's no benefit for men. The wedding is the climax of every relationship. So once y'all hit that goddamn turning point, cause that way for the go is going down. Ain't nowhere else to go but down to the attorney office so she can file for divorce and go y'all separate ways. Even with having kids, ain't no benefits, man. The kids always grow up loving the mother and disliking the father. The father is looked at as the kid as the dollar and the discipline. And the mother is looked at as this holy, innocent, good woman that gives the kids whatever they got them want. Even weddings, man, it's never for him. It's always for her. It's all about her day. It's all about her dress. It's all about her bouquet. It's all about where you taking her for the honeymoon. Nobody don't care about you. Can somebody comment below what's in it for a man? What benefits a man in marriage besides misery, heartache, and pain, and not wanting to give up half your shit so she can leave and you can get your peace? Somebody let me know what your marriage like, man. Don't do it, man, unless you get the best prenup insurance agreement on planet Earth that protects you from paying her to leave until she remarry again. 97% of women that goddamn get a divorce, they ain't gonna remarry again. They gonna get another ass dude, dog, that tell her, listen, we ain't got to remarry. Let's make him pay for our lifestyle, and we just gonna be together. And guess what? Your ass gonna be paying, Craig. Make sure you pick somebody that's worth going in the business with, because marriage is a business. To death do y'all part. You right. When you die, and goddamn 80% of the time, a man gonna die before his wife. And guess what? She gonna be still out here jumping on another nigga mushroom tip and spinning your chips with dip. better not do it, Craig. Wake your ass up. But y'all comment below and let me know if your marriage is happy. Y'all comment below if y'all still believe in marriage in 2023. Y'all comment below and let me know if Anthony Anderson gonna gain this weight back. Because let me tell you something, depression, anxiety, frustration, and misery done killed more people than high blood pressure. Pay attention to what I'm saying. Comment below and let me know what y'all feel about that, man. And word to the wise, be careful who you marry, because marriage ain't nothing but a business.
Okay, we ain't need all that extra. I told y'all he was so animated, but let's get into it.
I'm going in, I'm going in, I'm going in, I'm going in.
All right, so he said a lot of interesting things. So let's get into it. Let me start with these two. She's 52, he's 53. So, and I'm bringing their age up for a reason as we go through everything. I want y'all to keep in mind their ages, okay? Now, Nino said something very interesting to me. He said, when you get married, you need to be marrying somebody that's worth doing business with. And I think that's something that we ain't taught. I think a lot of us have a fairy tale dream, a love story, something we maybe read in a book in elementary, something maybe we saw on TV. If you're a young lady, maybe what's that stuff old people used to watch? The stories, different commercials, just, media projected this onto us to what we thought our fairy tale life and marriage should be. But that's a very good point he made. You need to marry somebody who is worth doing business with, because marriage is a business arrangement. And I didn't even really understand that for real until Kevin Samuels, because he preached that, and it made me start to look at that more. So shout out to KS, because I'm sure that ain't Nino Brown right there. That's Kevin Samuels. But anyway, he mentioned these weddings. And I mentioned, I did a video last week about a chick willing to throw her whole man away over not having the fancy wedding she wants. Make sure you go check that out too. But some of y'all, and I'm saying y'all, I ain't including myself in this one. Y'all know I throw me in the mix wherever it's applicable. But a lot of you women are so materialistic. You're so vain / insecure, because the way a lot of women move is for other women. It's no secret. We all know how much women compete with other women. They're so competitive. They have a fake sisterhood camaraderie because women are so jealous of other women. So how does the sisterhood even exist? I don't even get it, and I want no parts of it. But I'm not oblivious to it. Now, me, if you did watch my video that I did on the woman wanting the crazy wedding, you would know that I had a courthouse wedding. So to me, you guys are crazy, I think, for pressing and stressing a man and demanding an expensive wedding. Basically, the marriage is just centered around all the attention you're getting from that day, spending money like it's grown on trees, not knowing what the future is going to bring. Pause. I do want to say this. I watched Blackish, Anthony Anderson's TV show that he had with Diana Ross' daughter. So I know the weight loss was related to him being a diabetic and trying to get his health in order. Not saying sis ain't stressing him, but yeah, I told y'all Nino is extra. All right, so let's move on to the wifey, who I know nothing about. Just even heard of her like a year or two ago. So I don't know anything about his wife, and I don't know anything about the cheating allegations. I wish Nino would have left a receipt. I didn't find any receipts online, so I just don't know. So I'm not even going to touch on it because I just don't know. So a couple other points that he mentioned I want to speak on: cheating on people. A lot of y'all be out here cheating like it's not 2023 and people won't choose violence.
The name is mine. The name got my daddy's blood on it.
You know, a lot of these men and women don't just take cheating. A lot of them go Ike Turner style, and you got at minimum a fist upside your head. Could be worse because this is 2023 and everybody packing, right? So let me say this. To some people and some dynamics, cheating ain't a deal breaker. I say that often because I know it. It depends on the people. Some people ain't for it, period, man or woman. Some people feel like women should be more tolerant of it and men should have a zero tolerance for it. And I don't necessarily agree with that. I'm a more of We all make mistakes. We all do things wrong that we know are wrong and do them anyway. You got to deal with the decisions. You got to deal with the outcome of the choices that you made. To some people, cheating is not a deal breaker. To others, is. So if he was cheating, and if he did in fact cheat the whole marriage, like Nino said, then we could see more of why she's moving this way, because she was with him in college. You know, she was with him before he was Anthony Anderson. So they met at the HBCU. So I think she deserves some credit for that, because obviously he wasn't Anthony Anderson, the actor who is supposed to be worth like 30 mil. So I'll give her that. You know, it's not giving gold digger to me based on you being with him in college. So that's my piece on that. I want to talk about this though. When he said that when it comes to having kids, the father is not really liked or loved like the mother. The father's looked at as the bad guy, and the mother's looked upon as like some sweet angel or something. Now, can we talk about that? Because a lot of women, a lot of mothers, some of y'all mothers was some stone cold bitches. Can I say it like that? Some of y'all mamas was out cold, and I know towards y'all, towards the men in her life, running men away. You know, when it came to you getting older and her wanting to, you know, I know some teenagers had to like help pay bills, pay rent, just crazy stuff. So I know it's some women out here that's scandalous. Look, I know. Okay. I know how some women get down. They put their children last, they man first, neglect, abuse, all kinds of stuff. But I wanted to touch on that because my case was the complete opposite, right? I was always closer with my father, and I don't know why. I'm the only girl and the baby. My mother didn't have like a close knit with her mother, so I don't know if we're just not close in that regard. But for me, it was the opposite. So this is something that I'm kind of like learning more of, that people hate the fathers. Like fathers are hated because of their disciplinary, you know, and my father wasn't a very big disciplinary person because the respect was there. He could just say it. He didn't have to beat us and all of that stuff. So that was what my mama was there for. Okay. She laid the smack down all the time.
And you know this, man.
But, you know, this is something that I'm learning, how bad of a rap that men get that are disciplinary, that don't take no crap. It just made me story time real quick. I was coming out of Target and a man was on the phone with, I'm assuming, his child's mother, and he's like going in about prom. Like, so it was homecoming, but he was saying for homecoming and for prom, you know, he was just like laying down the law on what he was going to tolerate and what he wasn't. And I wanted to like dab him up, and I'm like, you don't want to be up in no stranger business. He may not, you know, appreciate that, but I respected it. I heard what he was saying because he was loud as hell. And I was like, wow, I wouldn't even think you have to do that, because my parents were on the same page. If my mama said no, it was no for my dad. It was no provocative dress. Like, you know, my parents born in the 60s. They didn't play that mess. But yeah, so men definitely, you know, get the shit end of the stick, if you will, because of their natural God-given disciplinary roughness, toughness, austereness, whatever you want to call it. Men ain't taking no crap, and people usually get mad at y'all for not letting them run game on you. Okay, so another thing I want to talk on the money real quick. $20K a month. You know, like I said, I don't know nothing about his wife. I ain't never heard nothing bad about her. So it's kind of like, okay, I don't believe in, you know, just saying anything about people, especially people you don't know or haven't read anything about. But $20K a month sound a little excessive to me. I mean, what is y'all thinking? Is y'all feeling what I'm saying? I don't know. I think $20,000 a month is a lot of money. And I don't know if it was a prenup, if it wasn't, how someone could validate that just because you were around me for 20 years and you had this lifestyle. You filed. So let's get into that. She filed. And again, Hollywood, irreconcilable differences. And furthermore, she filed a while ago, and I think they're just finalized. And I think that's why it's become viral, like everybody talking about it now, because it's being finalized. You know what I'm saying? The money, the determining factors have been put out there. And I just can't fathom why somebody would, you know, a court would say, it's okay for you to pay somebody that don't want to be with you no more. So you need to pay them for leaving you. Just think about it that way. Don't it sound dumb as hell? Oh, I don't want to be with you, but you need to pay me because I'm leaving. What? Girl, you went to Howard. Don't you got a degree? You better put that degree to work. Where's my PhD button? Anyway, let's move on to get this wrapped up. Okay. It's two or three more points I want to bring up and then we're gonna end this. Okay. Remarried after divorce. Now, Nino spoke on that. If you're getting divorced and you 52 years old, what's the chances that you're going to get married after that? Because again, and I think I saw this in like the Robert De Niro video I did, go back and watch it, on his divorce. These Hollywood people get these payouts until they remarry. So what's the incentive to remarry? Like he said, the chances of a 52-year-old woman being remarried there's a significant decrease in that statistically. Didn't say it was impossible because I think my mother got married around 50. Somewhere up in there, my mother got married for the first time. So I'm not saying that it's impossible, but he just brought that up. Statistically, what's the probability of her getting married again, or is she just going to get with some guy and they're going to live off Anthony Anderson's $20,000 a month?
You raggedy bitch.
And you know this, man.
So that's what I'm tripping off of. Like, how is this even legal to have to pay someone this much money? And again, I already stated, I know she was with him day one before the money, but these amounts are excessive and you'll be lying if you say they ain't. All right. So lastly, what he touched on was the benefits of men being married. And this is some question I find interesting because I've seen it a lot around on social media in these different spaces. And some things that I've seen and heard men say is, the help me. Men obviously need help. And if you think I'm making it up, you need to go read your Bible. Men need help. And that's what women are there for. We were made for them. Companionship. Believe it or not, it's not good for man to be alone. If you don't believe that, go look that one up too in the good book. Kids. Most people want to have kids. I know there's some people who don't, but most people want to have kids. Somebody got to raise the kids. I think women have more patience for children, but lack that discipline. And then lastly, but probably most important to most men, is the benefit of a man being married and being with a woman outside of loyalty, respect, common ground of growing and having another generation before, is that almighty skeet. I mean, come on, men got to release, right? So, I mean, that's a hell of a benefit. I know a lot of men say that shouldn't even be in the equation, but let's just keep it real, right? Back in the day, if this was 70 years ago, you wouldn't even be having sex if you wasn't married. But that's a conversation for another day, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go ahead and end it here. Anthony Anderson and his wife of 20 plus years are supposed to be getting divorced, and she's supposed to be getting paid $20K a month. So I don't know, it's so bad out here covering all these divorces and separations when it come to us and black love. I don't know what's going on, y'all, but whatever is in the water and is in the air, I'm holding my breath and I ain't drinking it because I don't want no parts to this. I ain't trying to go to the streets.
She belongs to the streets.
I'm trying to keep my man. But anyway, y'all leave me a comment. Let me know what y'all got to say about this. This is sad, but people say they outgrow people and they want to do them. And again, I don't know why. So it's hard to say because we don't even know why they're divorced. But anyway, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Thank you for everybody for rocking with me and for subscribing. Don't forget to share the content. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace out.